Hey there, welcome to the QB Show. My name is Stacy Kildall, and my co-hosts are Woody Adams and Dawn Brolin. We want to ask you guys to take a couple minutes to visit each one of our sponsors and check them out. They've been helping us bring the show to you for the last 4 years. We have Avalara.com, making sales tax less taxing. They will calculate and pay your sales tax liability and take care of all of your returns as well. We have tsheets.com. This is probably the #1 employee-rated time tracking application on the planet, if not the galaxy, and an amazing team of people behind it. We have Skyline Hosting by UniDataIT.com. This is where we host all of our QuickBooks software as well as our other software like Microsoft Office. So please take a minute and visit them, and I hope you enjoy our show.
There we go. Nice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the QB Show. And it is 6:30 Central on the 23rd of December. So just a couple days till Christmas there. Hope you guys are enjoying your holiday. However you celebrate it, you know. Hanukkah's been going on for a while.
Or Festivus.
Several other things. There you go.
Celebrate a Festivus.
There you go.
For the rest of us.
And, so happy holiday. And from the QB Show, formerly Radio Free QuickBooks, my name's Woody Adams. I'll be one of your hosts for this evening. And we've been doing this for over 4 years now, so we're excited to have Maddy Reeves on from Avalara. We'll bring her on in a second, but Avalara is giving away some stuff to help us celebrate our 4th anniversary of the QB Show / RFQ. And though the opinion statements or views are my own, wait, I always grew up the legal thing. Intuit might not necessarily agree with them, and Intuit's not affiliated with the show. Yeah, that's close enough. So. I'm here in McKinney, Texas. We're all excited. I have the next 5 days off, which is really cool. It's a long weekend, very long. Go back Monday, so very, very fun stuff. And, of course, on with us, before we bring on Maddy, is Dawn Brolin and Stacy Kildall. But, Stacy, how are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing really well. I had 2 very interesting client calls today. Both had major, but yet completely different payroll issues. And so, and they were both like super awesome. And then I had kind of a crappy experience where I had someone who was a little pushy about scheduling an appointment. And it's like they wanted to schedule an appointment tomorrow. After I had already said, you know, I'm probably not going to be able to get to you until, you know, after the 1st of the year, and that did not matter. So we will probably, Shannon, this is exactly like I was posting on the ABO, the Seth David's group on Facebook. I post there all the time. I'm an admin. I'm one of the admins on it's the Accountant, Bookkeeper, Business Owner group on Facebook, and somebody kind of posted something about, hey, the client didn't want to pay and was expecting all this other stuff. And I said, no. Just you tell the client that this is what it's going to cost. And if they don't like it, then you just refund them the money if you haven't done the work and they've already paid you. And then you move on. And we actually have it. And I posted a screenshot of the actual part in our marketing plan for 2015 that says work with clients that don't suck.
Right.
It's actually written into our marketing plan, and so this client, this potential client, fell completely into that category, and so I emailed the client and said, you know what, I'm really sorry, but we're probably not going to be able to get this done in the time frame, and you know, and then I had another person who was in my webinar also email me, but they were not a jerk. But we just also are not going to be able to get into the time frame that they want. But this chick was like, I need to schedule an appointment with you tomorrow. And I'm thinking, hey, jackass, I already told you, sister, that, you know, tomorrow is Christmas Eve and I'm busy with my kids. And so she will probably most likely not be a Kildall Service client. So
I have a question. Can a jackass be a sister? Did you mean that in the same
I'm going to say yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say yes, you can. Because I tell Kevin all the time. He's like,
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, Kevin will flat out tell me that I'm a jackass.
You know, I don't have my own practice, but I understand what you're saying. There's some people who will email me like on Saturday, and they're just very, you know, yelling, you know, in caps and stuff, and I try to get an answer. And then there's others who are just really like, hey, you know, I know get back to me Monday, no problem. But I was wondering if you had this on this, and I'll just shoot it to him right away. I'm like, yeah, sure, man. Hope you're having a great day. You know what I mean? I get it. There's ethics in this whole thing, right? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't mind. It was obvious that this woman had not read, and if she did, she had absolutely no respect for the fact that it was the holidays, and Shannon and I, were going to be pretty unavailable because we're spending time with our family. That did not matter to her. And the fact that she came back and said, well, I still need to make this appointment with you on Wednesday shows me that she absolutely has no respect for us, and that's not a client we're going to deal with. So anyway, Brolin.
So that's good. But yeah, Dawn, let's bring on the actual queen of ethics, who is a sister but not a jackass, Dawn Brolin. And Dawn, how are you doing there out in Connecticut land?
We're good. We're doing good. I'm psyched that Avalara's here tonight, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I am pumped about that. And I like her hat better than mine, so that would be a request for an item.
All right. All right.
That is adorable. She's adorable, so there's that.
Awesome.
It's a good combo. I don't think it would look the same on me. See, I look like I have a lot of forehead. I got to bring my hat down a little bit.
No, I think you guys are both rocking the hats. I have on, I just want to point this out, and I'm sorry, Dawn, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to say I have a shirt that I got from Dawn. It just arrived today. It's a Law and Order shirt, and it's #SaveBenson because anybody who knows me knows that I watch a lot of Law and Order while I'm working, and Stable and Benson are my friends. So I have my shirt on, but I also have my Law and Order mug.
Swing it around. Show the other side.
I'm getting there. You just
let's go, Vanna. We're taking our time. Let's be real.
Okay. And I just want to say, these are their stories, it says. These are their stories. So I'm ridiculously... The only thing that would make it more perfect is if I could press a button and it would do the bong bong. But I had that as a text tone on my phone, so that's okay.
Well, the bigger problem was that you texted me that you got the mugs yesterday, and I was on fire and blew up the NBC store's email because you didn't get the shirt, and I was on fire. So I'll email and apologize.
Yes.
Like I said, right, Woody?
You should. Were you trying to make an appointment with them on Wednesday too?
I don't even want to talk. I'm not even going to talk about that because I'm probably going to cut my client base in half. after the yesterday.
I know. Your favorite time of year is coming up. I know. Hey, before we go on with tonight, let's bring on Maddy Reeves, and Maddie's been there. You heard her laugh, and she's in her orange hat. So, Maddie, thanks for joining us on the QB show, and it's great to have you here from Avalara. So, but I think you've been on once or maybe never been on the show. So if you could just take some time to introduce yourself, what you do, and then where you live, and also you have some cool anecdotal stuff of. I think don't you see kayak or something, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Sounds like a good place to start. So I manage our accounting partnerships group here at Avalara. So Avalara, we're a QB partner. We automate sales and use tax, software company.
Amen.
Huh? Amen. Amen. Preach to that.
I love it.
We're good QB friends. Let's put it this way. Wherever there's a trade show you folks are at, we're likely to be there. And I was a trade show traveling fool this past year. I was out there hitting the shows to just kind of represent our accounting channel. Talk more about really how are we going to be working with accountants. That's our next goal. So previously our software company was really angled towards end users, and we've grown and we've got tons of wonderful clients. But now we're really trying to work with accountants and get them to understand how our technology works to see if it's a fit for their clients. So I spend the day not with jackasses. Most of the firms I work with are fairly nice, but I talk to accountants all day. And today was a day of a bunch of people having a bunch of emergencies, things they wanted in by year end. So that was exciting. My favorite scenarios are always franchisees and franchisors. I had a big case I was dealing with today. Company stressed out about an audit, so it's always nice to kind of try and put out the fires and give people things that make them happy. So a bit of that, but I'm actually, I don't know, it's pretty dark and rainy and terrible outside here, but I'm at Avalara HQ here on Bainbridge Island.
Wow.
So I'm lucky enough that I actually get to live on the island, which is super gorgeous and wonderful. I live on the water, and I have a dock, and I have been known to be making tea in the morning and see otters playing on my dock or in the water.
Wow.
It's good. Life is good on the island. I mean, it's rainy and terrible, but people in Washington just lie. We just say we hate it here because our summer and spring and stuff is so beautiful that we just don't want people to know.
Oh,
We just don't want people to know. We just don't want to know.
It's a best kept secret because we had the most gorgeous summer, and I just kayaked every chance. I was eating fresh crab, and it was perfect. And now it's raining and terrible again, but it'll be good soon enough.
So it doesn't rain as much as you see in the movies and in stories and stuff?
No, I mean, seriously, it was funny. I was out in Forks for doing some fishing out there over the weekend, and when they filmed the Twilight movies, they actually had to use fake rain machines. It just doesn't rain as much as people claim it does. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds sweet. It sounds perfect. And I remember you were telling me at some point about your kind of idyllic spot, so it sounds great. And then Ian always talks about it, too. I think he takes the boat over from somewhere or something like that, but very cool.
Yeah. Island life is good. It's good. We get to, I don't know, we get to claim, too, like if power goes out or something like that, we've got all these great island excuses. Like, my favorite is for people who live on the peninsula, like, if there's an accident on the bridge, everybody will leave work early. Or we had a ferry catastrophe a couple months back, so like the office emptied and everybody ran to make the last ferry boat before they were stuck on the island. So it's fun.
So how did you guys start there though? Is that just where, like, why is that headquarters? Is that
so our founders are locals. So Scott McFarland is our CEO. He's a local. Jared. Also an Islander, and Rory Rawlings, all three Islanders, and kind of met and had been working and had various businesses that were based in the city. And one of the things I love most about those three guys is they have a lot of integrity, and one of the things they really valued was creating local jobs, and that was, back in 2004, and then, we continued to grow through the recession, and the predominant, original Avalara employees were all parents who had to commute to the city to work for different tech companies on that side of the water. And our HR tactic was our HR people would go and stand and wait for people getting off like the late evening ferry boats and hand them brochures and be like, you could get 10 hours of your life back every week. Imagine what you could do with 10 hours with your family and your kids, or whatever. And so they would hand out these brochures, and it really resonated, And we're the only company of this size on the island. The only other person who employs more is the city of Bainbridge Island itself. So
Avalara is one of the oldest integrators, Avatax, along with Big Time and SOS, but that was for QBO, but they were like the first. But I mean, just for desktop, Avalara is one of the old. I remember, I would tell Ian this, I remember when I was in support, supporting the pro advisors, in 2005 even, with sales tax issues, we even knew to talk about Avatax. So it's really cool, and congrats on being up there and everything, and it looks like things are going well. So, Stacy, what are we, does Maddy want to,
I'll let Maddy do the honor.
Or do you want to tell the story of the winner?
Okay, so I'll tell the story. So the story is that we had our what we call our fourth birthday. The Tuesday before, we started 4 years ago, actually the Wednesday, because we used to be Wednesday when we were audio only. And so we started the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And so this year, we decided, and it all came together very quickly, and I just want to thank everybody at Avalara and everybody who's participated, all the partners that we work with. I said, hey, we want to celebrate our fourth birthday. Do you have something that you might want to give away? And I was expecting everybody to do like a shirt, right? Like that's really all I was expecting. And everybody really pulled out all the stops and came up with some awesome stuff. And so you guys, Avalara said, I mean, I think you guys were the first ones that replied back and said, yeah, we're in. And I'll let Maddy tell what it is. It's basically like a swag bag, but I'll let her give some details about some of the stuff that's in there, and then she can announce the winner. So, and all you had to do up until this point, we're changing it up for next week though, and I'll explain that towards the end of the show. But really, all you had to do was go like our Facebook page, and then what I would do was every Tuesday, this in the afternoon, I would copy and paste all the likers, the Facebook likers, to a spreadsheet, and then clean it up a little bit, take out all the Intuit employees, take out everybody that's related to the show, or anybody that's, like related to the people that are giving away that week. And then I used random.org to pick the number. And so I'm really excited about this week's winner, too, because we actually know her. And it's totally, completely random. And you guys will see the Facebook post where you can see, I did like a screenshot this week where you can actually see the winner and how it was picked. So I'll let Maddy go ahead and explain some of the stuff that they're going to give away and then who the winner is.
So even more exciting, I'm trying to pull a little bit of swag strings around here to add a little more goodies to our basket. So one of the items, I don't know if you can see these bad boys I have here, but these are Avalera earbuds.
Oh, nice.
And they're the nice ones. They have the microphone. They're actually really high quality. It's
man,
funny.
I need one of those. That would be sweet.
It's so funny. So what happens around these parts is all of our different channel managers will do their side ordering of swag, like their special goodie gifts, and then you'll see it around the office. Somebody will have an item and you're like, wait, where did you get that? Marketing, it doesn't have that. So we kind of have this underground swag trading culture. So I have some high ticket items that I'll trade and we'll get some goodies. One of those high ticket items would be this Avalera power bank. So this is going in our swag bag. These things are so nice.
I hoard those things. For anybody who's watching, no, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I will hoard those because they're amazing. If you travel, I love that one because you can actually just stick it in your purse or in a little wristlet if you're going out. And then if you get one of those little tiny cords, like a little tiny charger cord.
One of these bad boys?
Yes! Like the little dongle. You have one of those. It works really, really well. So I just want to say, I freaking love those things.
So these items will fit in your handbag, as Stacy said. This is a 5-in-1 charger. I actually hoard multiples of these. If I'm traveling to a trade show, I'll have 3 of them.
Yes.
Because, iPhone user problem. We know what that's about. But so these guys are going to be in our swag bag. I'm going to try and get some of these Avalera headphones. I might be able to procure one of these awesome hats along with a t-shirt. These hats were given out last week. One of our product developers was, just feeling festive and was throwing them around the office. So I'm sure there's another one. And then this guy is one of my favorites. So this is a little Avalera. It sticks on the back of your phone. I actually haven't used a wallet since I put this thing on because it just has my cards and my ID in it, and it's way easier than carrying a huge wallet. Same idea if you're going night clubbing like Stacy does after the trade shows. You can just put this guy.
Allegedly.
You can put all 3 of these in your purse, and you're just ready to go, and you have everything together. So those are our goodies. We're going to have a t-shirt, the power bank, some electronic type stuff, headphones, all sorts of good Avalera swag. And drum roll, our winner is Marnie Stretch.
Yeah,
Marnie Stretch!
That's
I'm so excited about that.
Marnie.
Yeah.
That is cool. And it's cold up there where she is. It's freezing.
Good. Well, I'll definitely include Pat then.
Isn't she close to me?
Well, Canada, but Canada's big. I thought she was further up.
I don't know that she's that much further up.
Well, I'm a friend on Facebook. She's always posting these, tundra-like pictures. So I just figured.
She's up in Albuquerque. She's up in
Alberta.
That sounds cool to me.
It doesn't it? Alberta just sounds cool.
Tundra.
Well, Marnie, that's exciting. Hey, I have one question, Maddy. Why orange? Does anybody have an answer for that? I've never gotten a good answer from Ian on why orange.
We like to say we bleed orange around here, and I think it's more about going against the norm.
It is against the norm. That's cool.
And orange is actually a pretty in color these days. It actually surprises me. I can go out and buy orange sweatshirts and orange dresses and things like that. But when
Yeah.
we, became a company, it was not a color that was in vogue, to
No.
say the least. And so it was
No.
really about, you just go for it. You got to either wear it loud
Right.
and proud, or
Right.
we could be another company that was beige or gray or blue, or and
Blue.
we wanted to be outrageous. And
Yeah.
so and it's really become a part of not just our culture, like office culture. Everybody will have orange on. Everybody's got a different orange item. You'll go around the office, and my favorite is all the execs will like have different orange shoes or like an orange watch, and they'll all kind of like compare back and forth and try and one-up each other with their orange swag. But even if we go to a conference, like when I was at Sleater, I wore a blue dress like the first day, and it wasn't even like the conference day. It was like the pre-conference day.
Right,
And I
right.
got so much crap for being in blue. Like they were like, "What company do you work for now?" And I'm like, "I'm still the same person. I'm just not wearing orange right now." So I make sure to have I have an orange watch and an orange bag and orange accessories, so that like when in doubt, I can hold up something orange and people will know who I work
Orange.
for. Yeah,
No, very
exactly.
cool. Thanks. I always
I have an
wanted
orange
to know.
whiteout.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go.
That's good.
Orange.
Don, are you in need of one of these, by the way?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, I've got a stack of them.
But I do have I have an Avalara golf shirt. That
Oh,
is my
nice.
favorite.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
And it's
Nice.
a great golfing material, and I wear it at almost every golf tournament. But I will tell you that I've always been against orange because that's the Lady Volunteers basketball. And I'm a basketball fan. But I've made an exception for Avalara to wear orange for you. Because normally I walk through the store and I'm like taking the stuff off the shelf and hiding the pins because it's orange. But I wear that Avalara golf shirt loud and proud.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just
nice.
because I love it.
And
Does it have a
Don,
collar
I
on
got
it?
nothing.
Dawn,
I got nothing.
does
That's
that
all I
shirt
got.
does the shirt that you're talking about have a collar on it?
Absolutely. It's a golf shirt.
Yeah, I would never.
It's a golf shirt. It's a sports shirt.
I don't think
call
I
it a
own
sports
any
shirt.
shirts with a collar.
yeah.
It's a sports shirt, honey.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Stacy, all my collar shirts are in the back of the closet. I know where they are, but I just don't. I don't see them.
I don't see them. I don't even think I own any. I think I bought one maybe last year for some event just so that Dawn would see me in a collared shirt, and then I don't think I ever wore it, actually.
Yep.
And then I was going to say, I don't even remember that you wore it, so.
No, because I think you ended up not going to it or something happened where I was like, well, if Roland's not going to be there, there's no point in me wearing this collared shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm excited for Marnie. That's great. I think she'll love that. And Dawn, how many clients do you have using Avalara in some form or fashion?
We actually, just a handful, but I have an actual, one of the things that we've been working on in our plan for 2015 is to get rid of all of our sales tax preparation.
Nice.
So as we've been meeting with clients at year end,
Yeah.
letting them know, and that's why I actually just did some tweeting. I was going to say tweeting.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're going to work with Maddy on that. That's cool.
But I
That'd
have
be
a
really
couple,
nice.
and then one of the biggest things, Woody, is people that are a couple different things. One is people selling things at trade shows, of course, is a really big deal.
Yeah.
The other one is we have a client who just received, I have the paperwork over here, who just received an audit from New Jersey.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not really an audit, but it's an inquiry, a 6-page inquiry about because they have an employee in New Jersey, but the company's based here in Connecticut.
Yeah.
But that person's a salesperson making sales in New Jersey, even if the stuff is from here. But he's got a lot of educators across the country, probably in 20 states, who are on occasion selling things while they're educating. So they do some beauty things. And so they sell, like, I'm going to say curling irons because I don't understand any of that stuff. So they're selling a curling iron while they're educating the people how to use the curling iron. It's the best way I can explain it. That's not really what they're doing, but that's the Dawn Brolin version of hair, as you can see, since I haven't gotten it cut in 6 months, right? But anyway, so they're selling these products in various states, and New Jersey's the first inquiry. So he and I said, hey, listen, I'm just going to tell you right now, I am not your person. I don't want to be your person, but I have the perfect company for you because I truly believe, as we've always said, if you are not an expert in that field, you're setting yourself up for a big problem.
Yeah.
So we do that whole we do everything, and I've been there, I've done it, and we talk about that all the time. But sales tax is such a huge compliance. People just don't think. People honestly don't take it very seriously.
No.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to file the sales tax. So what if things haven't been reconciled and invoices haven't had a payments applied, and and it's a big disaster. So we're looking forward to the transition because we're moving out of. I won't give a dollar value, but we're moving away from the smaller billing clients.
Nice.
Moving into a whole different direction of how we're going to operate and who we're going to take on and if we're going to take them on. And one of the most important things is that when it comes to the compliance, we are not going to set ourselves up for a problem. And so that's part of our conversion for 2015. That's why I just tweeted Maddy. We had a big staff meeting last Thursday, and that was one of our biggest topics.
Nice. Yeah, I saw the pictures on Facebook. They looked like a pretty heated meeting outside. You made a meet outside. Isn't it cold there?
You know what? It's going to be 57 on Thursday.
Okay.
So you know what? It's like
so
summer.
That's like balmy.
The ground isn't frozen, Woody.
And Stacy, you have some clients using Avalara as well?
You know what?
Michigan and stuff?
I don't right now because most of the only reason I don't, and I tell everybody who will listen about it, is because really right now, the only clients that I deal with that have sales tax are actually in Michigan. And Michigan is actually really easy to deal with. It's just a flat sales tax across the whole state. Yeah. So, but I will say this. I have one client who is growing exponentially, and I think I've mentioned it before, but the state of Michigan I'm going to say they are getting better. You can actually email them, and they'll reply back and send you documents. It's things like the state of California and the state of New York have been doing for years, but Michigan's just now finally getting to it. But historically, it's been really difficult, and they have made many, many mistakes. And if we're going to take a look, like I have one client who, he has two auto shops. There's a cat, so everybody cat.
Nice.
We're looking at if they screw up, like they get one more chance, and if they screw up the sales tax again, I told him I'm putting you on Avalara because I don't want to deal with it. I'm just going to let Maddy. I'm going to let everybody at Avalara deal with the state of Michigan because I don't want to do it anymore.
The funny thing is you and Dawn bring up like such a perfect point, which is like we always talk about kind of the trigger event. Because there's always, sales tax is always such a back burner topic for most businesses. It's not something people think about. And they should, because it really, people who do it on their own are spending time and energy on something that doesn't add revenue to their business. It's just like payroll, so it makes sense to outsource. But really it typically takes, expanding into a new state or getting that letter of an audit or, selling online, some sort of transitional activity to really make them like get the business owner's attention and say, oh wow, I'm either doing this wrong or I could be doing this differently. And it's a great opportunity for us to jump in because we tell a great story across the board, whether it's, we integrate into over 150 commerce cards or we have, the great relationships we do with Intuit. No matter what the situation is, we're going to have the resources to help people out and simplify it, which is really awesome.
And that's that's the thing I want to point out too is my client and I, because he's like, this is not advantageous. Like my time could be spent, and that's what I told him. I said, would you, my time can be better spent with him doing other things.
Exactly.
And I said, like you're paying me above and beyond your monthly fee for me to deal with this. I mean, last year in 2013, it took, like 4 or 5 different conference calls, it was ridiculous. And then a couple of years before, I had another client who's not my client anymore. But, it's just so difficult, and it just sucks the time and the energy.
Yeah.
And I'm the kind of person who, at this point in my life, rather than me taking the time, cleaning my house is a perfect example. Rather than actually taking the time to clean my own house, I would rather throw money at it and just ask somebody and have somebody else do it because I think my time can be spent and my energy can be. I would rather pay somebody $100 to clean my house so that I can sit and read a book I mean,
I'm the
honestly,
same
like,
way.
yeah, I mean, so, and I feel the same way about sales tax. Like, it's a time and energy suck, and so it's worth every dime that you pay to have.
Huh.
I
And
like
so,
this endorsement. Can we record that, Stacy, and put it on as an ad?
Yes,
oh yeah,
yes, if you want, yes,
we
I'll
can
do it. I mean, let me know, because honestly, it's worth every penny. So
we can
they have one more chance. This one that if they screw up one more time, we talked about it. We're like, okay, if they screw up in 2015 and they misapply something, you guys are going to be getting a call from me. So
I can download the MP4 and throw it in Camtasia and cut out that bit and send it to Maddie. I'll do that next week.
Perfect.
Hey, isn't Washington notoriously tough on sales tax? Is that kind of part of the reason too?
Insanely tough. So we get 51% of our state revenue here from sales tax because we don't have income tax. Which, if you think about some of the business owners we have here, there's a reason why Bill Gates calls Washington State home. And so we're really, really tough on it. We were one of the first states to also start taxing some new things like digital content or software as a service, things like that. With it being a tech town, we've gotten really aggressive on what we qualify as taxable. And our auditors, they love catching people. Our biggest one that I often run into with clients is people who have done like one little tiny thing in our state. Like, for example, a company that had one speaking engagement and she sold a handful of books at the speaking engagement, and now the state considers her having nexus here for the next 5 years.
Wow.
She was in the state for all of 24 hours, but Washington said, yep, we're considering that a nexus constituting activity. We want that money. California is also notoriously harsh. New York, Florida, and other states follow in suit. Anything that they see that states are getting money out of people, they're gonna follow suit. Sales tax is a really effective system like that. You don't see. At least I don't go into the store and buy a dress and say, no, I don't feel like paying that 9% sales tax. People don't argue with it. It's actually 9.8 here on Bainbridge. It's almost 10%. It's pretty high.
That's a lot. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that totally makes sense. I was thinking too, it might help you guys is if you could get with the states and all audit envelopes were orange. You know what I mean? So like the letter in the envelope was orange.
Yeah.
I think that would be helpful.
My favorite ABBA fact, so to speak, is that 5 states, and we're moving more, 5 states actually use Avalara content for their audit purposes. So I love these stories because essentially a client will be on Avalara and the state auditor will come in and they're using Avalara data, and they're one and the same. They've got the same tax content, they've got the same rates as we do, as the client, because they're both using Avalara's data as their resource. So it's a good story to be able to tell clients. Is like, look, we provide such high quality content that states trust us for their own auditing purpose, and it's hilarious too because then the auditor just kind of shakes his head and leaves and moves on to the next one. So
nice. Well, Maddie, we appreciate you coming on and spending all this time with us. It's already 5 your time, right? You're on the West Coast, so I'm sure you're ready to go back and talk to otters and all that cool stuff you do out there. But we appreciate you taking time to come on and announce for Marnie, and also we also thank Avalara for sponsoring the show, but also helping us celebrate the 4th year anniversary.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I've been a fan for a while, but it's nice to make an appearance. So. And I'll be seeing y'all.
Back anytime.
Oh yeah.
We'll
we'll see you probably in the New York show, right? One of you guys goes
Probably.
to that.
Yeah. I'm about to roll out my schedule, and I just know that it's booked, so I'll be seeing you soon.
We'll see you in the spring.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Have a good
Maddie.
one.
Bye-bye.
She's so stinking adorable. I just can't even look at her.
I know, isn't she adorable? Isn't she so cute? So we have 2 things. One, we have an announcement to make about some shindig Brolin's doing. Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat. Did you guys see the cat? She just jumped up. Here she comes. She's come right here. She's right here. Here she is. She's right here. Right on my desk. There you go. Also, she fell in the bathtub last night. I just want to let you guys know. I was in the bath, and she fell in the bathtub completely 100% last night. So she's all clean. But anyway, so there's the cat. So take a drink. And then we need Dawn. Oh, there's another cat. So there you go. There's another cat. Two in one screen.
Pressure.
I know. So you gotta finish, right? You gotta chug when there's two cats. Anyway, so we want you to talk about Rhode Island and what the deal is with
Rhode
that.
Island, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll get Maddy in first, though. All right, yeah. So Dawn, at the Omni Providence Hotel on January 7th, what do you know about the QB Local Connect, QB Connect Local Providence Shindig? QBlocal.com is where you can register, by the way.
Right.
We'll do that a little later. But yeah, so tell us about it, Dawn. You're gonna be there. Aren't you like a speaker? Aren't you a registered speaker for this event?
Well, I am.
Right.
I'm sure that I'll have a bucket of knowledge that you never knew before.
Yes.
I typically come ready to go, fired up. I'm actually pretty pumped. I'll be speaking from 2 to 2:50, so really that's the most important time frame to be there, between 2 and 2:50 p.m. Another cat.
Yep, there was.
Actually, really exciting.
Yep.
Ray Barlow will be there. Allison Ball will be
yeah?
there. Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Wow.
And Todd Robinson, who
Yes.
is hilarious.
He's a very funny guy, yeah.
I know Heather Satterley will be there. She's
Yeah, she's a local advanced cert pro advisor in Providence.
She might be the only one. I'm just kidding. Don't get mad at me, Rhode Island. Show up, and let's bring it. I'm ready. I'm always ready. I'll be bringing my bodyguards, my team with me.
Nice.
They're all coming, so we're pretty pumped about that.
That is awesome.
Barry McQuarrie is coming, which, he and I are going to talk about the names. It's not his fault. He's going to talk about building a cloud practice, which is very cool. Pretty excited about that. And then and MB is going to be there, and who doesn't want to come see MB?
You know what? If somebody says they don't like to see MB, I'm going to punch him right in the throat. I'm just going to say that.
MB is what do I call her? A legend. I always call MB one of the legends. Her, Leslie Capichetti.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, those are the legends of QuickBooks.
Yeah.
QuickBooks Pro Advisors, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that?
What's that?
You know what's funny about that? I was handling the Q&A with Emily Watkins, and MB was presenting today for the last Intuit Academy event before the holiday. And I don't think people who attend those events when MB's training understand her whole history and how cool it is to have her present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, she's been doing the real world training. She's one of the first, gurus, really, right? That actually got education out there way back in the day. I'm talking 90s.
Yeah,
So,
that's a long time ago, honestly.
I mean, I don't think, it's not just something that MB's presented on QBO for people, but I don't think they know. They just don't know. Anyway, I know.
It's not really talking.
I know.
It's not a QuickBooks Online conference.
No.
It's
Didn't mean to say that. Didn't mean to say the phrase, Don, at all, QBO. I didn't mean to say it at all.
You can say it, just not when you're talking to me. But it is really about the practice, Woody.
It's like a QuickBooks Connect Local, which is why it's called QuickBooks Connect Local. It's like a little mini version of the event.
I don't want him twisting things. I know how Woody wants to twist it.
She was just saying that she was presenting the webinar today on QBO. That's all she was saying. That's all he was
playing with your hair. Stop it.
No, that's a habit. That's called a habit.
Stop it. Stop it now.
Nope.
Anyway,
No.
it's going to be a really awesome event. It's going to be very exciting. And again, I said this a couple weeks ago or last, I don't remember what week it was, but I said, show up or shut up. New England, it's time to do it. It's time to be there. Be there or be square, whatever that means. I mean, what makes you square if you're not there? Like, I don't get that part. But
yeah, it's in the 50s, man. I don't know.
It's like for Pete's sake, it's a similar kind of thing. But the QB Connect event is going to be awesome. It's a drive away.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I like too? It's a free event, free CPE. It's from 8 to 5 Eastern time, of course, Providence time. And you can go to
Which is the real time. Eastern time is the real time.
You can go to QBClocal.com. QBC, like QuickBooks Connect, QBClocal.com. Check out the list of speakers, the agenda, the location. Omni Hotel, I heard, is really sweet. It's on West Exchange Street, number 1, Providence, Rhode Island. So, and the subtitle is Future Proof Your Practice.
Yep.
And so Very cool. There's also a guy, Ron Baker. He'll be there. Barry McQuarrie. Now, Don, you know Barry? I have never met him.
I've never met him. I've heard of him, but I've never met him
Okay.
before, which is kind of cool. Like I
Nice.
think I've met Heather at an event, but like just like a pass by kind of thing. So I'm kind of excited to spend a little bit of time with it. They wanted me to go up last night and have some dinner with Todd. Todd and Heather wanted me to go up, but it just didn't work out. But hey, I'm coming in Tuesday, coming in hot.
Yep.
Tuesday, and
Yep.
then be there all day Wednesday, dinner Wednesday night, and then heading home on Thursday. I'm not going to rush it.
Yeah, and Don
By the way,
has
like
the
rush.
yes. Don has the running an efficient practice, building out your own ecosystem at 2. That'll be cool.
It's going to be
And
insane.
then, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. MB goes on at 3. Yeah, it looks really neat. Ray Barlow is actually introducing it, and there's a little welcome by Todd. So very cool. So qbclocal.com.
And then this is a very good segue into what we're giving away next week, which we have Chris Repetto coming back to give this away. And because this is QuickBooks Connect Local or QBC Local, I want to mention that when I reached out to all of the people that we normally work with, Intuit came back almost immediately. Kim Amsbaugh and Chris came back almost immediately and said, we will give someone registration, so free registration into QuickBooks Connect 2015. We'll have more details on that soon. And they're also going to give airfare and a hotel. So it's kind of a big, huge thing that they're giving away next week. And so what we've done with all of these like birthday celebration prizes is just asked you to go like our Facebook page. But tomorrow, or actually Wednesday morning, we're going to ask you to do, no, that's tomorrow. It's Tuesday, right? So
yeah, tomorrow's
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll have something posted, and you're going to have to work a little bit harder for it. We have a question that we want you to answer, post a comment on our Facebook page. So if you go to Facebook and you look for the QB Show, please don't go to the old Radio Free QuickBooks page. That page we don't look at, we don't pay any attention to. I'm actually closing that page out. So make sure if you need to get to our Facebook page, you go to theqbshow.com and go to the Facebook link there, or you go to facebook.com and look up the QB Show. So make sure you go there. We're going to ask you one question and then ask you to weigh in on it, and the winner for next week is going to be chosen from the people who comment and who answer that question that we're going to be asking. So it's sort of a big deal. From what I understand, you have to be kind of, obviously, I think there's certain rules that Intuit has about who is eligible to win, and it's going to be booked through Intuit Travel, so it's obviously going to be at the hotel that they choose, and they'll book the travel and all that, so it's not like, they're going to reimburse you for whatever travel you have. There are certain limitations to it.
Sure.
So that's going to be our big announcement next week. And
That's
then I also want to mention with QuickBooks Connect Local, one of the reasons why I can't go to the Rhode Island thing, because I was really excited and I wanted to go so I could see my girl present, is because I will be doing the Miami, Dallas, Houston leg of the other QuickBooks Connect, the other QBC Local live city tours. So, yeah. So make sure for those are, it's a kind of little mini QuickBooks Connect, and we do a little bit of inspiration. We do the inspire part in the morning, and then we do education, and the whole thing is about connecting. So you'll be able to connect with other pro advisors, and the apps team, the apps from some people from the apps.com, some of the different developers there. So make sure you go to intuitacademy.com to check out some of that live training. So I know the next city is Mountain View, and I think it's the same week, so some of the cities are running concurrently. I know I'm doing Miami, Dallas, Houston, and then I'm doing Tampa, Atlanta. And then we have a question. Bryce Forney, actually, speaking of, he just sent me a question because this came up in his session in Phoenix, and he thought it was a good question for the show. And he's saying, so, and I'll ask you this, Dawn. This is one right up your alley, Brolin. All right?
Here it comes.
So the question from one of the attendees in Phoenix, what I said was, I enter a vendor bill, say for $2,100, and create a sales receipt or invoice for $2K. Now I want to have the $100 extra that the vendor, that he, it says, okay, so I enter a vendor bill for $2,100 and create a sales receipt or invoice for the $2,000. So this is kind of a customer is also a vendor situation.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if I got all of it. So hold on one second. Okay. Okay. First of all, blah blah blah. I missed part of it. Customer is also a vendor. I invoice my customer $2,000, and then the customer works it off or bills me for $2,100. And he put "works it off" in quotes, so I'm not really going to ask or wonder what's going on there. So we'll just leave that. And then he says, the person asks, so the vendor. He enters a vendor bill for $2,100 and create the sales receipt or invoice for the $2K. Now I want to have that $100 delta as an available credit to apply to a future invoice of mine rather than pay the vendor that balance. The vendor agrees that it's okay to leave it on the account. How do you enter the series of those transactions? Like, what would be the best way? And he says it came up in Denver, not Phoenix.
Does location matter?
No.
Denver or Phoenix?
Well, if somebody's watching the show...
Messing with you.
I know, but I'm just saying, if somebody's watching the show...
Woody loves when I mess with you.
I know.
He
giggles every time.
It's awesome. I love Woody. No, it's really just simply barter transaction. You got to set up a barter bank account. Pretty simple. So pretend that those transactions are that you're actually exchanging money is the best way to think about it, because technically you are. So you'll just simply set up that barter bank account, and you'll set up the vendor bill and pay it from that barter bank account. You're not really giving money. And then you're setting up a sales receipt and depositing that money into that barter bank account, and it sits there on your balance sheet as money that, obviously hopefully it doesn't go negative. We don't want to owe other people money, but it happens. But it's pretty straightforward as far as like a barter transaction. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty good times.
And periodically, that account, you'd want it to be zero, right?
Well, yes, I would also recommend, Woody, treat it like, as we've talked about before, certainly reconcile the account so that you can figure out, when you have a zero balance in a barter transaction, and maybe that either relationship's over or it's just even Steven.
Right.
Whoever Steven is, Steven, Pete, there's a whole bunch of these guys who hang out. I don't know anything about that, but
and even Pete? Did you say even Pete?
Well, no, even Steven.
Right, I know even Steven. But I'm wondering who Pete is.
Well, we don't know. We don't even know who Steven is. But yeah, so just the same. So we reconcile that out and memorize that drill down. You drill into the bank account, and you can kind of like reconcile that out. So it's always have a report that only has current transactions on it.
And this brings up another cool point, because Amy Vetter was the one who told me this regarding desktop.
Vetter, really?
Right, of course. Yep, Amy Vetter, and she's great.
I love Vetter.
I've always been a fan. She's cool.
Just adore her.
So you say reconcile, and actually what I like, and I'm sure you do this in desktop a lot, I don't just have to reconcile checking, savings, petty cash, whatever. You would literally go into the reconcile window and actually do a bank rec on the barter account, or even like other current asset accounts, right?
How about this one, Woody? Sales tax liability.
You reconcile that one. That's genius.
Bam. Animal.
Oh.
Yeah. You got to do all of it. You got to do all or nothing, Woody.
I think people just think that you're only reconciling like the checking account, but there's so many other accounts you can actually use that feature for.
It's pretty cool.
I make my clients. There's a cat. Cat. There's a cat.
See, that's just awesome.
Woody.
Yeah.
Home field advantage through the playoffs. Are you kidding me?
I know, but we've been here before, and I don't want to. You see, I can reconcile other current liabilities. I can do payroll liabilities if I want to. It's not just about reconciling a checking account.
Do you know what? Can I just say one more thing? It's not just about reconciling those balance sheet accounts. It's about reading the reports when you're done doing shit.
Reports?
Yes.
My clients are like, what reports? I'm like, the
No,
ones
I'm
that I
talking about people who True.
See,
Yeah, clients
wait.
are. You're absolutely correct.
Wait a minute. I'm having an epiphany here. I don't know why it took me 6 years. I'm going to share out. 1 second. Here's what I mean.
Oh.
Make sure people understand what I'm talking about. You probably already know. And forgive me if this is just like 3rd grade and you're like, yeah, Woody, we get it. We've been doing this all along. Welcome to the party. But, well, if you're actually going to say that, I'd like to talk about that after maybe the show. But you could literally go into, bank rec, even in QBO like you do in desktop, and yes, I'm used to reconcile the checking account, but I could also do employee advances, right? If you had the barter account set up as a bank account, I could do it. Here's Don going down to sales tax payable or payroll tax.
Woody.
Just reconcile them.
Woody,
Why
buddy.
aren't we reconciling them? That's what I want to know. Why?
Big problem.
This should be like out there. This should be out there. People should want to know about this.
Every account.
Do they know about it?
Every one of them, Woody. You know what, though, Woody? Do you know what I love?
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Employee advances.
Yes, that one. That would have been cool.
Come on. Everything,
That would've been
honestly.
cool.
Every one of them you can make a case for.
Yeah, I don't have anything in that one.
Yeah.
But no, very exciting. So thanks for letting me do that. I'm gonna stop sharing. But that just dawned on me. No pun. Maybe that
It's
you
new
can
to
actually
tweeting.
share it out. What? What?
There's a tweet here, a newbie to the tweeting thing. But
Yes.
she said she'd love to meet me, which just, buckle up is all I'm going to say. And
That's
she's
awesome.
gonna come to Providence. We're going to rock it out, Sue. You better
Nice.
come find me, and we hug it out. I don't care if we're in New England. We hug it out. That's how we do it. I can't wait to meet Sue. I'm going to go follow her right now.
So use the QBO or QBDT reconcile. It doesn't matter. Reconcile module for any balance sheet account.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woody. And you know what? Again, like I said before, it's not just about the reconciling, which is important, and it's great for filtering reports by the cleared status and all that, right, Woody?
Yeah.
But it's about reading the reports when you're done with anything you're doing. So if you see negative stuff on the balance sheet, which may be legit, there may be a reason for that, but you've got to read the reports.
Okay.
Staff meeting, man.
Right, and that's where you guys come in. That's where you guys come in.
Listen, it's not acceptable. I had a big note on the whiteboard. No, ask the client. No, ask the accountant. I'm gonna start beating people up.
Sure.
And then of course they say, "But we've asked 80 million times." I'm like, "Did you drive to their house? Then then you're not going the extra mile."
Yeah.
I know they live in Arizona.
So we got Doug Sleater wished us a happy holiday, a good 2015. And that's on Twitter.
Buddy.
So we want to call Doug out and hope his family and has a lot of fun out there in California in the warm weather. And I'm sure Doug was like, well, yeah, what if you'd read all of my consulting guide? I would have told you to reconcile all the balance sheet accounts when I gave it to you 5 years ago. Don, why aren't people telling me this stuff, though, and reminding me?
Woody, you know what? You might have heard it. You might have not have been ready to listen.
Right? You're right.
You might not have been in that place.
Don, you can lead a horse to water.
You can shove its face in the water. You're not going to kill it. Come on, people. That's only in movies. But you cannot make it suck that water down. It might choke a little bit on it, but it is not. You're not making it. It's not going to happen.
Gosh.
Sometimes people are just not ready. They're not there yet.
I'm really disappointed. Okay. I'm disappointed in myself.
No, I'm not disappointed. I'm so proud of you for recognizing the importance, Woody.
But that is really cool. I mean, I bet if you reconciled all your balance sheet accounts as much as possible, I bet that file is tip-top or real close to tip-top shape.
Top-notch. Spot on, brother.
Unbelievable.
Listen,
I love the sales tax one. I love the sales tax one. Love the sales tax one, yeah.
If Brady could throw and thread the needle, like we can reconcile.
All right, you know what? No, I'm finished.
Would win every
we're done.
year, undefeated.
We're going.
Nope.
We're in the Super Bowl.
I'm shutting it down.
Gonna win it.
Shutting it
We're
down.
just gonna win it.
I want to tell.
Do we have another question that pertains to QuickBooks?
Yeah.
There's a cat, by the way. Everybody needs to have a drink. There's a cat. That's Yoda.
Okay.
Orange
yes.
cat.
But that is key. That is so key. I love that.
The cat is key. I think that orange cat is
Christmas
key.
Nugget, Woody. Christmas
so
nugget.
Here's the thing, and this also proves the why Amy Vedder's also a Yoda of the QuickBooks realm, because she'll tell me 4 years ago, and then all of a sudden I'll get it, or I'm just really dumb. It can mean either way.
Nope.
It could be that one or the other.
Just not ready.
I'm gonna go with the Vedder one, as opposed to calling myself dumb.
You're not dumb.
You're not dumb, Woody. You weren't ready, buddy. Listen.
You weren't
Not
ready.
really.
You just weren't ready for it.
Really.
You weren't
You're not
ready.
ready to drive. You know what I mean? You can't drive a car yet. You're not ready. It's cool. But then look how beautiful it is when you get your license. I'm making that one up.
Hey, I just like trees, and that's okay.
Hey, you know
All right.
where they have really nice trees is Mountain View.
They do.
Just gonna say.
Oh,
Spectacular.
I have.
Spectacular.
We have a
All right.
question
Yes,
here.
Stacy, save us.
So this is specific again, and this is the first question on our show doc. Hi, Dawn. I have a nonprofit.
One for you.
I have a nonprofit client who has about 75 classes. They need individual P&L reports for each of these classes on a regular monthly basis. It takes a while for the bookkeeper to do these in Excel. Do you happen to know of a program where this can be automated? I do. Go, Dawn.
I'm not answering that question.
Oh.
So I'll
Why?
answer
Because
that
I don't
question.
automate email reports. I'm not emailing reports. But
So
go ahead.
I'm just going to say, yes, there is an option that you can do this with. If you want, you can set those recurring, you can customize your reports in QuickBooks Online, and you can set that all of those reports up into a report group and have that group emailed as an Excel attachment, if you so choose, using memorized or customized reports, and set that email schedule up for those reports.
You can.
It's actually quite easy. You don't even need a third-party add-on to do it. You can do it right within QBO. And QuickBooks Online is a great tool for nonprofits.
Hey, by the way,
Wait, I'm not done with my QBO rant on nonprofits.
Let's go, please. This is fun.
Because with QBO
like a tragic
Plus,
comedy.
oh, she just checked out.
No,
She
she's
just
there. She's
herself
listening.
checked out.
She's listening.
So with nonprofits, honestly, really, truly, I do really like QuickBooks Online for nonprofits because a lot of times you have board members that kind of come and go. And so what I like to do is put the nonprofits on QBO Plus, and then what we do is we use the unlimited report-only readers and add the board members as the report-only users in QBO Plus. So I happen to think that QuickBooks Online is a great tool and a great solution for nonprofits because generally they don't have inventory, so it's not really, they don't have any inventory assemblies. They're usually, I mean, anything of the setup that you can do in desktop you can do in QBO. So that's my solution is QuickBooks Online.
Nice. No, and you know what, Stacy? We just added the management reports feature where I can build nice professional actual packages of reports.
Yes, the brand new management reports. That's
PDF
a great.
to doc. Yep, that's in there now.
Do you want to do a quick screen share and show those because they're so new and fabulous?
Sure.
Oh, I'm getting tired.
Just for fun. Dawn, just a little bit more. Just a little more.
I can just go. I mean, you guys can just finish with your blah, blah, blah if you'd like. with your opening up to liability conversation, but go ahead.
Oh, awesome. Liability, schmiability. I can just reconcile that account now, see? No worries. Oh, and Doug is right, and I apologize. Yeah, you can't reconcile retained earnings. So what do you do with that?
Yeah, what do you do with retained earnings? You can't reconcile that.
It's a roll.
Did you see that challenge that he just threw at you?
I know. It's a roll.
Do you know what? Do you know how retained earnings is created, Woody?
I know.
Yes.
Stacey, tell me.
Well, the whole point is that, like, he's not saying like you should be reconciling it. He's just saying it's not all balance sheets. That's
not all balance sheets.
That's Doug's point, is that it's not all balance sheets.
But Woody, do you know why?
I want to make sure I'm corrected. I know.
I just want to know if you know why.
Yes. Well, no, go ahead because it's.
I'm not going to answer it.
Sometime between December 31st. Well, it has to do with the fiscal year. It rolls over, whether it's the profit or the loss that you made, and that goes into retained earnings.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's right.
But why couldn't I reconcile that? Why couldn't I reconcile that though?
Well, then you'd have to reconcile P&L, and you can't reconcile P&L.
Oh, yeah, that's no fun. Got it.
I'm not going to give any more hints on that, Woody.
No, that's good.
I'm not even talking right now.
It's important. This stuff is important. Yeah, this is fun. So here I am in QBO, and it's in any QBO. It's not just for accountants. I think we were considering that for a while, but I think mostly accountants are going to use this feature. And you'll see a tab in between My Custom Reports and All Reports. And really the bottom three are the templates we give you, but you can just kind of copy and do it from there and add one. And let me go to the company overview, and I'm just going to click the drop down and click Edit, just so you guys can see kind of what you do to build the actual management report. And you can have a logo on it, and I can choose the cover style. You know, maybe I want gray or no color or something like that. And then do I want to use the logo or not? It's just going to take the one that's on the company for whatever. You give it a title, the subtitle, the report period. I can, you put in who repaired it, the staff accountant, prepared date, and a disclaimer if you want. There's also an advanced tab I'll show you that's actually down at the bottom where you can put a default footer or header on every single page. And of course, you can change the date range here. I'll just look at this quarter to date. And then there's a table of contents, which is nice, and you can title that. You can include the table of contents or not. You probably are. I always leave it checked. But you guys know I'm not the practitioner. And then here's like where the disclaimer, would go, and all your cool notes that Don would write, Hotes. And then you have the reports themselves. So we give you the balance sheet and P&L, but I could add other reports. And this is what I really like. I can add other reports, and maybe I would do an aging, an AP, and maybe an AR, and you can keep going. I can add more operational reports too, and even item-based reports. Maybe I do like a sales by item or sales by customer or something. And then I have, so I like that piece. And then you have your end notes. So you go out there, or maybe even want to include the breakdown of sub-accounts. So
there's a cat.
You have that.
There's a cat behind me.
Another cat.
There's a cat.
And then
it's the orange one. It's
I'm going to hide this little thing because in advanced, here's where I can set the default, header or footer on each page. And it's a little header there, and then I'm going to save it and just call it, we'll do QB Show. Save that report, and now I can go to PDF or a Word doc. So I'm going to save and close it. It'll take me back to the reports window. And then you can print it out from here. I could print it out from there. But I could go ahead and do my QB Show one and click View. And then consider, the reports now, I can filter QBO reports. It's in similar theory to desktop, not as many columns to add or take away, not as many filters. However, you can still do it, and filter, by the way, in QBO is called lists. But this is a way better font because the current one is kind of gray and tired and a little sad looking. So I think that what we did is giving you guys really a professional, presentable report that you could give to a bank for a loan or what have you, or to the client. And so here's the report pack I built: P&L, balance sheet, and then AP, AR, and then my end notes if I had any. So that is management reports.
I love the management reports.
I think it's kind of nice.
I'm going to share my screen for a second, Woody.
Oh my gosh. So I just want to let everybody know I was holding my mug up because Dawn got me Law & Order. She got me the Law & Order shirt. She got me the Law & Order
Let me
mug.
stop screen sharing.
I'm going to show you guys Emily's present.
Oh, yes.
I don't have any idea. Like, this looks really kind of like a Martian. But this kid loves bubblegum.
Aww, that's awesome.
So I got her a bubblegum machine that is almost as tall as I am.
Oh,
bubblegum. But here's the best part, people. This is how you get your kids presents and save them money. She's got to put in a quarter in order to get out the gumball.
Nice.
That's how we do
awesome.
it at the Brolin residence.
That's awesome.
And in the long term, she pays for her own present.
Right before the show, I love that, and I kind of want one of those just for me. I don't want my kids. I don't want to share it with my kids.
The gum's good too. I'll testify to the gum.
I love that. So
Abby's walking.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
I didn't see it. What was that?
She just started. She's even pivoting now and turning around. And that's the youngest of any of our children to walk. So she's the athlete, I think, and she's just, she's always crawled through things to get. She doesn't go around them. She crawls through them. She'll crawl over the dog. She crawls under chairs. So walking is just walking.
Under the couch. Can
No
she
fear, yeah.
still fit under the couch, Woody?
No, she does not go under the
Okay.
couch.
All right.
No, that was
I'm
just
disappointed. Can you jack it up?
yeah, I mean,
Pick the couch up, man. Help a
yeah, I
sister.
don't know what happened to the spelunking because that was one of my favorite things. Absolutely, that was hysterical.
Darn it.
That was good.
Well,
Daisy.
Kevin came down right before the show, and he just to tell me that Eric was telling him, and Eric will be 6 in a couple weeks, and he was telling Kevin how much he loved Christmas because it's just like your birthday, only you get the things that you actually want. Which I love that.
It's totally fair. I want to say one thing. My kids are 15 and 16 and did not make a list.
What?
Lists for Brolin. They said, Mom, you've
Not
given
ready.
us everything all year.
Ah.
How awesome is that?
Awesome. Yeah,
That
that's
was
great.
awesome. I forced my kids. I forced them. I sat them down and I said, you guys have got to make a list.
Yeah.
They're little still.
Well, Eric is, but Kira's at like a weird age. Like Kira's not a weird age, but she's at that like transition age because she's 12 and a half. So like half of her list was like Barbies and Webkins, and then the other half was like makeup and she's just on that transition where she's still kind of playing with Barbies and Webkins, but she's also wants tall boots, and she wants cute clothes, and she wants makeup, and so she's at that, I think 13, being a 13-year-old girl is, I've never been a 13-year-old boy, I just know that being a 13-year-old girl is probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my whole entire life, is being a 13-year-old girl. I think it's just I think it's a difficult, weird age because you're not quite a kid, but you're not quite like a teenager, so it's just a weird age. That's my perspective.
Yeah.
Woody's like, whatever.
I'm just enjoying. I'm enjoying.
All I have to say, Woody, is you're going to have to deal with it in a couple of years. So just FYI, 13-year-old girls, it's
I know.
jacked up.
But to be fair, Ray and even Abby, they were already rolling their eyes at me before a year. Age. So I'm sure there's more to come. But no, I'm at the front end of a 5-day weekend. I'm not going to answer email. I'm actually deleting it from my phone and my iPad. So it's just going to be a total family huddle focus time. Got some things going on, and it's just going to be a nice time. It's going to be chilly out here for Texas, and like 40, which is pretty cold out here for Texas.
Come here to Connecticut. It's going to be
sunny.
57, brother.
57.
It's going to be about the same.
Break out the shorts. Break out the shorts. So we're pretty excited, and it's good times. So it's been a good show. Love that Maddy Reeves was on. She's really cool, and it's the same role that Kelly has at T-Sheets, right? So they're kind of contemporaries.
Yep.
They both are the accountant channel for those respective T-Sheets and Avalara.
God bless
so I think
them.
it's great.
Really?
Yeah, those guys are great. Yeah, right.
The accountants.
No, they're a good fit. I think they're great fits for that role. So thanks, Maddy, for coming on. It was cool and talking Avalara, and thanks, Avalara, for sponsoring us, as well as T-Sheets and Unidata.
Yeah.
Also. And Stacy and Don, you guys have a great week. Holiday fun with the family. Should
Love
be cool.
you, Woody. Love you, Stacey.
You guys are awesome.
I love you guys. I'm
My best. And thanks for watching the QB show, and also watching next week. And if you want to check out the recorded versions, they're on YouTube, things like that. That's really all I had for tonight.
You know what? We're just trying to do a show about QuickBooks, man.
Yeah.
It's really all we're trying to do.
Very cool. And hey, you can't reconcile retained earnings. That's awesome.
No.
Throw it out there, Woody. It's good. Good. It's a nugget for you, buddy.
A nugget.
Don't tell other people that you know that, because that would embarrass you.
Well, I think of the cat's out of the bag with that one, right? I mean, that ship sailed.
We'll cut that out. We'll cut that out of the show, buddy. You're so cute.
Yeah, okay.
I love you, man.
All right, right on. No, you guys have a good one, and thanks for listening to the show, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Yeah? Stacey, anything else? You good?
You know what? I got nothing. Like I said, I just want to know, are you on the right road?
Right. We didn't bring that up yet. Stacey, that's your job for next week.
You know what? Jeez, oh, Pete.
Will
you just send me a text?
Play it?
I gotta.
I'm emailing you right
I
now.
forgot.
Come on.
I'm gonna have
Play
to
it
do
next week
that.
for the end of the year. An end of the
I'm
year
gonna do that
present.
as soon as we're done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put it up onto the whatever, the interwebs, whatever it is.
All right, but we're going to play it next week because it's fabulous.
I don't know
All right.
how to make it play.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Okay.
Do it.
All right. Well, I'm working next week,
All
Monday
right,
through
peace
Wednesday.
out.
Email me then. Take care.
Love you. Peace.
Retainer.
Love you guys.
Throw away thumb drives, no attachments. Get the files anywhere when you're permitted access. What's the matter? Frustrated with the hassle? Jump up in the cloud and join us in the castle. High up in the cloud.